I have recreated the famous fairy tale of the Three Little Pigs, where I have involved a pneumatic system. The story of the Three Little Pigs has been rewritten many different times with a similar storyline. The basic storyline is three little pigs set off to build their own houses, all of different materials, straw, sticks and brick. But the big bad wolves huff and puff and blow the houses down, but not the brick. Some morals I have considered when creating this fairy tale is not putting people down when they are trying their best. The wolf tries to discourage and knock down their confidence when he blows the straw and stick and brick houses down when they are trying to do their best. Another moral evident is to be persistent and never give up by showing resilience. The pigs did this when they worked together to protect one another from the big bad wolf and help each other. In this design, I have involved a pneumatic system of 2 syringes and a tube. A pneumatic system is powered from air through one mechanical system to another through a connector. The 2 mechanical systems in my models are the syringes, one hidden behind the model and also in the tunnel. They are connected through a tubing that is tightly secured around the syringes, allowing the air to pass through. My system demonstrates the fairy tale of the line, I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in. This works with the fact that the wolf's stomach goes in and out. When I push the syringe in, the air travels through and pushes out the lever of the other syringe, pushing the stomach out, hence the huffing and puffing of the wolf. When I pull the lever of this syringe out, the other lever of the other syringe comes back in, bringing the stomach of the wolf in also. The size of my model is 30 centimeters by 30 centimeters and is 35 centimeters tall. I had to measure the tree multiple times as branches were quite high and I needed to trim them so they fit into the restrictions. I struggled with the size of elements on the model and proportioning them well. I had to recreate the pigs often, and I think that the wolf is too tall and has too short legs. The materials I used are a cardboard box, a Stanley knife to cut out shapes, scissors for the finer elements, checkered fabric for the wolf's shirt, hot glue gun and sticks, paint and paint brushes, glue sticks to stick the wolf and pigs together, a paper towel roll as the trunk, branches and leaves, cardboard paper, textures, pencils, erasers, and a permanent marker, pig cutouts, ruler to measure elements, buttons, syringes, and tubing, and also iPads to stuff the wolf. Akara supports this assessment as I am building on my knowledge and understanding of systems and how they are used in everyday life, but I am also using processes in production as I have investigated pneumatic systems and how they work, so I could successfully create a working model. I also generated and designed a plan for my model, as well as produced the model I created and have begun the evaluation process through my folio and video. I have also used management as I considered my time. According to Akara's context, I have explored engineering principles and systems as I have created a model based on my research and understanding of pneumatic systems and how the behavior will affect my model. I also explored materials and technologies as I used different forms of technologies to construct my model, but also a range of materials. If I were to conduct this model again, I would test out earlier ideas. Originally, I had the plan to put a balloon inside the stomach and blow it up with a syringe, but it didn't work how I expected to as I didn't investigate it. I have learnt from this investigation to test things out earlier. I would also consider another way to hide the syringe, as the brown tunnel is quite noticeable and unnecessary to the story. I have critiqued many problems when creating my model, such as making the tunnel too small, and I didn't have enough cardboard box to make a new one, so I attached a smaller one. I also came with the problem of the brown tunnel not being very appealing, so I tried to hide it with a tree. I also struggled with putting the material around the wolf many times. Next time I would do it before I attach the wolf to the model. A positive would be that I really surprised myself with how it turned out. I am impressed with it, especially based on the set of my original idea not working. A negative for me is not being able to hide the brown tunnel as well. I didn't know how to incorporate it into the model without it looking too noticeable. I think the fact that it is brown doesn't help this, so I would consider making it smaller or another colour next time. Something interesting for me is that I use different materials of man-made to natural and synthetic. This would be good for children as it has different textures for them to feel.